Hi everybody, my name is Jessica and this is my channel Plant Hooker. Now normally I'm sitting on the floor, but today I thought I'd do something different, like maybe show off a little bit of my weeping fig. But I'm not talking about these guys, but you can get a chance to see them and how great they're growing. Today I'm going to be talking about a Peperomia. Now this one I've had for quite a while. It's just that it wasn't in peak condition for me to show it, but it is now. So I'm bringing out my Peperomia Obtusifolia Variegata. Don't mind the thrust damage, but look how gorgeous this little guy is. Ooh, especially that angle. Look at that. Now I've had him for about probably 3 to 4 years. Yeah, I had purchased him from one of the big box stores on the island. I'm pretty sure it was Sobeys. But when I first got him, he was much bigger. Like he was in a 6-inch pot and was like this. But then I went to work, and what happens every year when I go to work, the thrists take over and decimate the collection. Like, my money tree is still coming back, the peacock is still coming back, my ponytail is still coming back, even my new Japanese stone crop is on the mends. But I think I've gotten them under control. I haven't been seeing too many thrists down here, but upstairs in my room I have. Now, the Variegata, it's pretty well the same kind of care as all the other regular Obtusifolias. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 videos of my other Obtusifolias. One of them I currently do not have anymore because it got overwatered during the summertime and it croaked. But I still have this guy. He's survived so far, so good. But the Variegata can be found in the wild. It is native to parts of Florida, Mexico, and the Caribbean. So it is a tropical plant. And unlike the other Obtusifolias where they tend to grow straight up, like my lemon lime, these guys tend to be more of a crawler. So as the older the plant gets, the more creeping and the leaves and stem will be instead of going straight up. So I think that's why they can get to be a little bit bushier, because I've had to propagate him once. And I think if I can move him in here and do this. This one here was the propagation. I had cut him off here. And then this part grew when I cut this off. So they tend to stay more bushier than the other kinds of Obtusifolias. Now, when it comes to watering, they are low demand. I might water this guy only twice a month. Yeah. And the watering doesn't need to be anything specific or whatnot. They do fine with tap water. If you have a softener system on the water, it doesn't seem to bother them too much, unlike calatheas. Fertilizing, I'll do him about once a month. And you can use either the all-purpose or the fertilizer that's strictly for green plants. They seem to do well with that. He's done quite well with it. And I still fertilize year-round. Because like the conditions in the wild, you need to make them as they are in the home. And they're still getting fertilizer during the wintertime, these kinds of plants. Mostly due to part of all the leaves and stuff that's decomposing back into the ground. Now, they can handle normal humidity. They're perfectly fine with normal humidity. But because I have a wood stove, I still mist him for the just in case. And I might mist him only every 3 days. And then during the spring, fall, and summer, maybe once a week or less, because he seems to do much better during those times than he does at this time of the year. And at this time of year, right now, today it's -10 and the wind chill is -24. So I have my stove blaring. I've already had to fill up my pot once today since getting up this morning because it's constantly running and I'm trying to keep as much humidity as I can naturally in the air. So it is entirely up to you. It is also not one that needs to be cleaned. I find it, for some odd reason, it tends to be able to push the dust off itself quite well. However, I do still clean him every now and then, mostly because of... Oh, nobody's around. See, I'm picking the best times of the day because right now it's about between 10 and 11. Everybody's sleeping. Nobody wants to be bothered. They all had big breakfasts, got their plays out and whatnot, and now they're all sleeping. And they'll sleep until about maybe 3, 4 o'clock before they become active again. So, but that's cats for you. But yes, if you do have a lot of animals, such as cats or a big fluffy dog. So if you hear that noise, that's him. See, can I show you? There he is. He's the one snoring in the corner. But yeah, his hair gets everywhere too. So that's would probably be the only reason why you would want to keep them clean, is to keep the hair off so then they can photosynthesize properly. And one of the main reasons why the hair sticks to them so much is because of my pest treatment. Like, as you can see right there, that's thrust damage. Now, I've seen on the computer where it says, oh, these guys don't get thrust. That's a lie. Obtusifolias do get plagued with thrust quite heavily, but they're also they will also suffer from mealybugs and fungus gnats as well. Now, when it comes to lighting, they do like part sun, part shade. I find he doesn't handle a south-facing window very well, but he does fine with a west-facing window. And he's down here, so he only gets a tiny little bit of light. But I did install grow lights to help him more so during the winter time. Now, when it comes to ideal temperatures, they prefer temperatures between 18 and 25 degrees Celsius, which is 64 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit for my American brethrens. They can go outside, but where I'm at, which is a 5A, 5B for the hardiness zone, they can only go outside between July and August. If your hardiness zone is between 10 or higher, they can go outside year-round. And the coldest temperatures they've been known to survive is -1 degree Celsius, which is 30 degrees Fahrenheit, I think, or 31 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm not sure. But, so if you do lose power, you don't have to worry about too much about him freezing for at least a good, well, today, with the temperatures we're at now, if you were to lose power and I didn't have my wood stove, it would probably get cold fairly quickly, like in 4 hours. So that's why I have a wood stove. I never have to worry about things freezing. When it comes to soil, you can repot these guys every year. You may not need to up-pot them, but to change out the soil is a good idea. He is currently in my conglomerate stuff. It's a mix of tropical, cactus, seed starting, orchid bark, and perlite, where I just had like the bottoms of the bags, and I just, instead of saving all the bags, I just went into one big box and I have my conglomerate mix that I call it. And everybody who's in this mix right now seems to like it. So I'm not saying anything. Like, the Peperomia jelly was just recently put in one. You've seen that last video. And he's done phenomenally. I know it's another Peperomia, but he's done very well. But the best soils for them, if you want to specifically buy the kind that they like the most, is the coco coir, peat moss, or sphagnum moss. I would stick more so with the coco coir, mostly because it's sustainable, because they get it from the husk of coconuts. So it's more easily to recycle and save. Hi, Demeter. I got one bothering me. Where's your cone? Demeter, where's your cone? She took her cone off. I know. She's chunky and doesn't like to be picked up too much. But yeah, most of the hair that comes off the cats is her. Okay, now this guy, when it comes to no, don't touch that, please. When it comes to height and width, mine is about 4 inches, so 10 centimeters tall. But they can be as high as 80 centimeters, which is 30. No, don't do that, please. Which is 32 inches, if my math is right. And they can also be as wide as 15 centimeters, because I don't think he's quite 15 centimeters. It might be, no, maybe 12, but 15 centimeters to as wide as 80 centimeters as well. So 6 inches to 32 inches. I'm not sure if he'll ever meet that range. He was pretty big when I first got him. No, stop, Demeter. I love you, but no. Stop. Oh. I'm going to pick you up again if you don't stop. We'll have to go look for your cone. Or maybe just put on your pajamas. Now, common problems with these guys are, of course, a rotting base, and that's due to overwatering. Yellowing leaves can be a number of things. It can be overwatering, it can be underwatering, it can be pests, it can be your light source, whether it's getting too much light or not enough light. Drooping leaves and just looking very unhappy and whatnot, that's underwatering most of the time because it's really thirsty. A few other times it could be overwatering and it's just done, like you really killed it. And other environmental factors such as bacterial infections, too much light. It could be a number of things. It's usually best to always look at the roots when things start happening. But when it comes to like the yellowing leaves, if it's down at the bottom, it's not too bad because then it's just getting rid of its older leaves. But when it's at the top, then that's a whole other story. Now this pot, it's just like a little Christmassy pot. I actually got this at one of my local co-ops. So I'm not sure if you could actually find this or purchase this online. I don't even have the sticker to it anymore. But yeah. Nope, my Obtusifolia. So if you liked the video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, you can always give me a thumbs down. Everybody has a right to their opinion. But if you really like the video, subscribe. And as always, okay, I'm gonna pick you up and hold you properly now. There, is that better? Is that better? Yeah. So as always, live long. I can't do it very well with this hand. And plant on.